The government has been talking about leasehold reform for some time. Matthew Hearsum is a partner within JMW's property litigation team. So, Matthew, there's been a new announcement around leasehold reform. What has the government announced?
The leasehold reform has been on the agenda for a while now. There was a speech given by Michael Gove in May that indicated that the priority for the government was the abolition of leasehold and replacement with commonhold. That seems to have changed in a speech last week. A bit more detail was given about what was intended, and it was all related to the reform of leasehold rather than the abolition or replacement of leasehold with commonhold.
And so what's changed in reality with government policy?
So they've provided a bit more detail about their intended reforms. Most of it relates to eligibility for leasehold enfranchisement, probably going to be reducing the percentage of participating tenants required to collectively enfranchise a freehold. They're probably going to reduce or remove the qualification period for a lease extension. But I think what's more interesting, rather than what the government have said, is what the government haven't said. They haven't said they're going to be abolishing leasehold and replacing it with commonhold. And more interestingly, they haven't said that they're going to be abolishing marriage value as part of the calculation, which was previously a key plank of government leasehold reform.
And so what does it mean for leaseholders, and how can you and the property law team here at JMW help?
A lot of tenants who are considering extending their leases or purchasing their freeholds have been delaying in the expectation that these leasehold reforms will result in a significantly less expensive collective enfranchisement or lease extension. That was all predicated on the abolition or alteration of marriage value as part of the calculation. That no longer seems to be the case. Many lawyers were sceptical of whether marriage value could be abolished or replaced entirely to begin with. In terms of what clients need to do now, my advice is the same as it's been for the last 3 years, which is to get on and extend your lease or purchase your freehold now. It's unlikely that any government change in legislation will happen for at least a year, if not longer. And any changes that will happen are unlikely to affect the calculation of the premium or purchase price to a greater extent than the shortening of your lease or leases over that period will increase the premium. So it's only going to get more expensive. Extend now or purchase freeholds now.
Matthew, thank you for your insight. If you'd like to contact Matthew and the property litigation team here at JMW Solicitors, you can email insideman@jmw.co.uk or call 0161 82 81 999. Please also subscribe to the JMW Inside Man YouTube channel for the latest legal news, hints and tips. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.